So my computer hangs when I hit record. It always freaks me out a little bit. And this will go way out of order from this weekend's games. But this time, I in fact do have the book open. So you don't get to laugh at me about, hey, if you're ready, I'm going to hit the button. Oh, wait, I don't know what we're doing. But it can't go worse than Carrion Crown did last night. We're back for more Godzilla and Friends Retake the Holy Land. Going a little wonky out of ordery because holidays are rude. But we're down to Kieran. Kieran is doing what he does best and breaking the game with item crafting. Matt, Tim, Nick, thank y'all for your support. Thank y'all for investing in Pokemon Shield. We spent a long time just running around the Safari Zone. And we have a pigeon named A Pigeon. And I still think that's really funny. But
Confused.
You should be confused. Good. I'm proud of you.
I just
About like where'd the Pokemon Sword and Shield come from?
It's just support on Patreon. And I have the Switch. Matt has the Pokemon Shield, and together we form a more perfect union. But in any case, I'm gonna grab that. I won't grab the D3 because I really don't want to land on Tempe first because Tempe just got out of bed for the in-character reflection. So I think I'm just gonna start from the bottom and work my way up-ish, and we'll begin with the man whose friends are helping him retake the Holy Land, Godzilla himself, for that in-character reflection.
Boy.
Quick, let's all learn how mass combat works.
Yeah, essentially. Oh boy. I have one. We shouldn't have trusted the halfling. Should have ate her while we still had the chance.
As you do.
No, I got nothing for right now. Sorry.
Fair enough. Well, this group isn't as much on the big RP as some of my other groups, so you don't get a hero point anyway. So I'm not super upset about it. What are you playing though?
Mask. Oh, the Aruxi Paladin of Apsu, and I've taken the Champion Mythic class.
Good enough.
And for anybody who hasn't paid attention to PE2 yet, the Aruxi are essentially lizard folk.
I think it's really cool that they have an actual name and it's not just, you are a lizard, you are a people, good, hooray. It just seems lazy to me. But, Hawkins next.
I guess as far as character reflection, we're still within 48 hours of this whole fireball thing. So I think at this point we're just focusing on the job and not thinking, just letting kind of be taken away by that and not having to think about some of all this crazy shit that's going on. And so yeah, we're just focusing on this whole siege that's coming up. And yeah, the demi-human ranger scout also going champion archetype or champion path.
Fair enough. And actually, on that note, I normally don't ask for these things, but I guess I don't have to ask for an item wish list for anyone, 3.5 or otherwise, because you just turn it into the crafter and he'll see it done. But I won't ask for an in-character from Tempe, because it's not Tempe's thing, but if Tempe could tell us what Tempe is playing, the race, the class, the champion path, things like that, then we will get underway.
Sure. So the race, if my mouse will work, is a Gallius, which is the sort of a wind method offshoot, and then I'm playing a dual cursed oracle with the curses of I'm old and also where's my other curse? I don't get to go first. I always go last.
The curse of initiative minus 99.
Yeah.
The curse of obnoxiousness is what that is.
Yeah. And then I am also playing as a Hierophant for my what are we?
That class.
Mythic class, yeah.
Mythic, epic, for our super coolness.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah, that part. Yep. Yeah.
I also get to casually cast any spell from my spell list, NBD.
Also, we're level 7, so that. Okay.
Yes, we are. I'm like, no, we're level 6. Wait a minute. No, we're level 7 as hell. Okay, cool. And now we begin. I will assume the night has passed uneventfully for y'all. Don't know if anyone wants to go out, do a scout, and do anything. If there's anything y'all want to do before the Siege of Dresden begins, now's the time.
Not unless we want to like codify our plan.
Not the worst idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that like whole
So-
conversation. I see that you have laid out plans, but
Yeah.
Well, now would be a good time to talk about it with them. And if you want to talk to any of the experts, they certainly are readily available.
So, I know you said we should try and take out both bridges first, but I say first we go to this one, we poke our heads into here and just see what's what, and then we go to the second bridge and take out the setup that they have to rig it to fall.
Okay, so take the first bridge and then scout over here to see what's up, and then decide which direction to go.
Yeah.
Or scout first and then bridges.
First bridge, then scout this area,
Okay.
and then second bridge.
Okay. And so do we want to be doing that while our army is kind of moving in through here, we're slipping around? Or do we want to kind of just go one step at a time instead of trying to have multiple operations going?
Just go together.
Okay.
Okay, so then, as I understand it, we're all 104 of us are going in, and then y'all break off and go to the bridge.
I believe so. Are we wanting to like sneak around? Because presumably there's going to be defenses on top of the bridge, but the bulls are beneath it. Do we want to send a group to sneak under to try and take out the bulls first?
Yeah.
But first we need to get into town, so that's probably step 2.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Works for me. So the morning comes. Word has spread that something was going on with Aaron. It's y'all, as you're moving around, get bits and pieces of basically gossip, everything from he was worshipping a demon lord and has been redeemed to he was suffering flashbacks from Canabras and has fixed that, and like everything in between, stuff with Arles as well. And as a result, people are pretty hopeful about picking up through their despairs and pushing through and stuff. Morale is pretty good as you go rushing in. So the first thing that'll happen... Good.
So the story's more like something was going on, but it's good now, so everything's turning up in our favor.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And that's come from... You guys know there's not really a clock ticking at the moment so much as... It's a matter of time before the Merilith and the rest of the forces that were stationed in Dresden teleport back in and destroy you utterly. But first thing that happens is 100 paladins on horseback do not move quietly, even if they try. So there is going to be resistance. Do you guys want to take part in that resistance as your characters, or would you rather break off now? Mechanically, because Tim might not be as caught up on this part of the conversation as everyone else, but I did want to try Paizo's mass combat rules for this part, which means y'all will have your class abilities, they just function a little differently, because the idea is to make the combat a little more cinematic, a little more we'll resolve it in 5 minutes and not we'll resolve it in one session.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so are you meaning like having our characters be like individual hero units? Like little armies of one?
I guess what I more mean is, do you want to quickly roll and auto-resolve the battle while you guys are doing stuff, or do you want to make it real big and mechanical? Looks like the first, as you guys are moving in, looks like all told there's going to be emerging from the city. Sometimes you see the various forms of tieflings. Sometimes you see more like humanoids in dark robes that you could almost hear the chanting. The decision is up to y'all.
I guess I'm still a little unclear on the question.
Do you want to have the PCs skip to the bridge or participate in the fight?
Okay. I mean, my character's built for stealth, so I'm perfectly fine either way. If you want to try and send a group around to try and take out the bridge while they're focused on our army attacking. But I know that doesn't work as well for Grazak.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't want this to be a fight where, like, our army, like, will be slaughtered if we're not, like, there.
That's not necessarily the case.
Okay.
And yeah, so I guess that was part of what I was wondering, if we knew what our army's stats were. But it's going to be a mystery.
I guess the best way to say that in flavor is, here are a bunch of very evil things, and next to you there are 100 men and women who are trained and well-versed in the art of killing very evil things.
Let's just go to the bridge then and let them handle it.
Alrighty, fair enough.
Do we want, like, can some of the named NPCs function as, like, commanders and do some of that?
Yeah, for sure. Aravashnial is more than smart enough. Sociel has a little bit of a air of command about him.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So they could handle that and not. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good to me. So, y'all break off. How do you want to approach the bridge?
What is this right here?
That is a... Well, it's not labeled. When I look at it, that is a piece of autumnal trees. Of course, Matthew. What else would it be? I have to imagine bits of, like, rocky outcropping. Most of the city is destroyed in stinky, smoky ruins. That's probably just something to duck behind.
Okay. So would we be able to kind of enter the riverbed from there without being observed, so that we could then make it to the bridge to get to those cows without anyone noticing, and hopefully before the cows notice?
Yeah, that's probably reasonable.
Okay, cool.
So then, if y'all want to go down that way, like I've told the guys in Discord for a billion years, the gorge is not unlike, and I'm sorry if I'm about to make anyone sad, but it's kind of like the Lion King. It's only like 30 feet down. I say that like it's a huge... I'm sitting in the third story of an apartment complex. I can look out my window and see roughly how far 30 feet is. But the drop is almost 90 degrees. Certainly, Grazak has no problem. Grazak can just put his Earthbreaker on his back and scurry on down. Tempe could probably just 5-foot step, snap, featherfall. But if you don't have some magical means of getting down, it is a climb check. Or riding on Grazak's back.
Do I have any mundane means of getting down? I can probably make a climb check. Yeah.
And Haken is able to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge his way down. Okay.
Perfect.
And I will jump y'all to that map.
Shaga wouldn't have to make any checks, would she?
No, Shaga can fly.
Oh, I mean, like, anything stealthy?
Um,
I don't know. I guess we'll get to
Assuming
that.
those come next.
They do indeed. The next thing I have to do is I'm going to roll 1d8. Looking at my compass. 2, 3. Okay, so the wind is blowing north to south as you guys make your way down, which is fortuitous because that means you are not downwind of the bridge. Otherwise, you would be in big heckin' trouble. But stealth checks would be next, please.
Okay.
Here.
If
Razik roll around in the dirt to get rid of the luster of his shiny scales.
And replace it with
That
the
he doesn't
filth of the
like
world
the
wound.
sun.
And
You
this,
guys like me today.
I was talking
I
to
know
Matt
we're
about
in a
that, actually.
city. Does this
It's
count
actually
as...
not terrible.
Look at Grizak go. Yeah, Tempe's is not so good, though.
No.
So I will, was talking to Matt about this. I was like, as we talk about the luster of shiny scales, I realize I made you guys like 10 out of 10 Mythic right at Apotheosis, and I don't know how to flavor Mythic 2. We'll work on that together. Hakadaki. So, you guys make your way up. There are a couple of d20s thrown at the board. Whoops. And it's not really everyone but Hawken, and even I think these things are perceptive enough to have picked up Hawken. We used them before. I thought they would do a lot more damage to an army in a library, but then they didn't. Poopy on me. Perception is plus 11, so the lowest one has a 28, so they are able to eventually pick you up. Yeah, these guys are super cool. I will throw the three of you on the board. Do we want to put Shaga on the board, Nick?
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty. So you guys are going to be a lot closer to the board than I think you might want to be. But they only gave me so much room. Actually, we used to have a patron, and his name was Ghost, and he would make me custom maps, and it was the best thing. 10 out of 10 would give somebody a spot in patron games if they would just whip up some maps for me. And I need a Hawken.
Tommy, I don't think you moved the players to the battle.
Not yet. I'm still throwing you places. I hadn't put the tokens on the board yet because I didn't know how y'all wanted to approach this. Okay. And let me double check the dynamic lighting. And it's a good thing I did. If y'all could go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay.
Does this count as being an urban?
Yeah, we're technically in urban terrain.
Okay.
It's probably not unlike walking through a sewer.
19.
Dope.
That dirty, muddy water.
You say to the diabetic man, yeah, it's one false move and I'm out of foot. Okie dokie. So can everybody move their tokens?
Yes.
Dope.
I could if I knew where I should be moving it to. The screen is totally black for me.
Good. You don't get to see anything. Whoops. I don't know why I put an extra of you and an extra Shaga down. That was weird. Don't do that. Roll 20. Poo-poo. Okay, Nick should be able to see now. Nick might not have control of Shaka, and let me make sure Tim does. I don't know why it reset your all's control. That's poopy. And has sight. Hockey dokey. So I have...
Could you increase Shaga to being large?
I can see things.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. You are 7th now, aren't you? Bam!
Oh.
Like a rock in a china shop. That one works on more levels than I had intended. Okay, we got a 20, we got a 21. Tempe is back of the pack, which is exactly where the healer wants to be honest. Like, that's not bad at all. Wait to see where the damage goes, then hit the heals.
Wait, did my initiatives appear on there?
Yes, I have a 20 for you and a 21 from Hawken.
21.
For me. I only rolled an 11 and a 14.
Well, fine. I'll put you at 11. Or at 14. Shaga goes on your turn. I guess those probably were a holdover. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, boom. Okay. So you guys can tell, as you knew from being tied up, or from scouting rather, that the bulls are tied up. There are things probably moving in the towers, but mostly you just hear the sounds of angry bulls. And one of them is not so good. One of them is mediocrely good. One of them is charging their laser. Okay, Hawkins first.
Okay. Oh, okay. Do we have a preference on which ones we go for?
Would just you and Tempe take the lat one, and I and my bird take the one that's in front of us.
All right, and I can charge right there, which gets me one attack. So I hope it goes well. Charges you what, a +1 to hit?
+2, but a -2 to
+2.
AC.
Okay. So then, and whatever bonuses for favorite enemy and yeah. So there's like a 20. No, that'd be. Is this an evil outsider?
It is not.
Oh, okay. Then 26 to hit.
Okay. Oh, I scrolled way up. That's why I don't see I see a natural 1, sir. Yeah, 26 hits. 26 hits
Okay.
real good.
Then, if it's not an evil outsider, it only does 11 damage, but it does an additional 11 from skirmish. So
Nice.
22.
And there's no preference on magical beasts for Hawken, I suppose.
Nope. Got evil outsiders and undead.
Makes sense to me.
And the undead will come in handy at that graveyard later on. But
I guess that's why it really wanted you to have them. Okay, fair enough. You run up, you stab the bull. It can definitely get to you now, but there's only so much chain on these guys. They can't.
I mean, I'm in melee with it, so come at me.
What kind of damage is a punching dagger?
It is piercing and, in this case, cold iron.
Piercing and cold iron. Got it. So you run in, stab, you kind of... The fur is matted with blood and abyssal badness, and you kind of slide off the side of it a little. And if everyone can make a perception check.
Perception?
Yeah. I think that's everybody. That's basically everybody. Everybody can hear from somewhere up in the tower something incanting in not quite abyssal, not quite the generic arcane language of spellcasting. It is then followed by everyone's favorite thing. You guessed it. Generic tieflings. I'm going to take 4 shots at Hawken. Sha-sha-sha. One of those is in my threat range. Let me just grab my... You thought you were done with generic 1-hit dice tieflings. No, not so much.
Oh.
Even more. So we've got a wood, my lowest roll is a bad. It's an 11 to hit, which would miss you real hard.
Oh, no.
How about a 23? Would a 23 hit?
No.
Okay, so then just the regular damage I fail to confirm.
Hey, Tim,
Wait.
could
I
you
rolled a
mute
19.
your mic? We can hear. It sounds like your mic sounds like it's a little close to your mouth.
Yep, I'm muted now.
Good. All right, so.
How's it? So the 23 doesn't hit, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Fair enough. 2, 3, 4, and then I guess I'm just gonna attack with my big anger bull. Back and forth, the struggle consumes us all.
Where did those bolts look like they came from?
There are towers up here.
Towers.
They're
so
firing.
we can shoot
They're
off the
firing
top.
down from the bridge.
Yeah, that's fair.
Trying to keep a level head. So I remember when Atreyu was
Well, that's
good. Atreyu
that's a
was good
throwback.
before that album. Atreyu was peak Tommy at 15. But I would like to bite you. Yum, 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 Haken. So this thing, as you get a little closer, it looks like just an aurochs. But as it opens its mouth, it looks more like an aurochs crossbred with a badger that has really bad teeth. 23 to hit.
Nope.
And I'll assume a 14 misses as well. Grizak, you're on.
Okay. Now with that 24, did Shaga notice the bolts?
Yeah, you all saw there are crossbow bolts coming down from the towers.
Now, you say from the tower, do you mean from the top of the tower or from what looks like little windows that they're firing from?
Both would be accurate.
I see.
Although you remind me how badly I really want to play something with a rock animal companion and then just fly by attack, grab it, fly 100 feet into the air as a free action, drop it.
Guess what you're about to find out. I'm gonna command. Seeing that the bolts are firing down at my comrades, I command Shaga to go up and to try and pick out the monsters, or at least try to draw their fire.
Okay, sounds good to me. Remind me what Shaga's fly speed is.
He has a fly speed of 80.
Okay, cool. What's the maneuverability?
Average.
So then if you would like to move up at greater than a 45-degree angle, it's a fly check. Otherwise, you move up at half your speed. And I hope someone in this chat is good at math, because like it happened in Carrying Crown, it's going to happen here. We're going to need to figure out a squared plus b squared equals c squared a lot.
Pulling out that.
You know what? How high are the towers? I'll just have her fly up at half speed.
Okay, so then she would fly straight up 20 feet. 20 feet would put you basically just under the bridge. The bridge is 30 feet up from y'all, and then another about 20 feet up is...
You know what? On second thought, I will try to take that flight check.
Okay. Shaga gets a +8 racial bonus.
Ooh.
What with the fly speed and all?
Yeah, I suppose she does.
It's a DC like 15, I think it is. The more and more I think about my life, the more and more I realize.
Definitely make that too, because she actually has a 19. So
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
all right. Just performing that, Grazak will strut up to the Aurochs and try to kill it.
Okie dokie.
Vital strike with radiance. Take just that first attack.
Alrighty, 28 definitely connects. For
Okay.
all 25.
So that's 48 damage.
Oh, that is 48 damage. You did a vital strike, didn't you? Okay, fair enough. If you'd like to flavor it.
I don't know. I guess I walk up and I don't know. Yeah, that's all for me. I guess.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
Nick is
That awkward
not strong
silence.
today. Okay, so 1, 2, 4 more shots going at Shaga. These all add +3. My highest is a 17 to hit her. Or, excuse me.
It's an
No,
AC.
it's not. That's
yeah, it's a highest AC.
21.
For that.
Okay. I
They
did.
miss.
Do they all miss?
Shaga see anything?
Shaga can see there are... Shaga wouldn't understand it, I feel. What's Shaga's intelligence score?
It has an intelligence of 6.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, fair enough. That pun was not intended. Jesus is certainly involved with the Paladin's animal companion. There are... I don't remember the... I think they're called murder holes. There are windows with a wooden face in front of it that moves up like a trap door, and those move up and they fire. And Tempe's on.
Okay, Tempe. Let's see, what is Tempe doing?
So if you want to deal with the archers, I think I got this bowl.
Okay, and the archers are up in this thing here?
Yeah.
Okay.
About 50 feet up from you.
50 feet up from me? Let me see what the spell, or the distance is on the spell I want to cast then. Okay. I'm going to cast a burst of radiance, which has a range long. In
So I'm
a
sure
10
it's
foot.
more than good enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a 10-foot radius burst on them, and then that's going to be a reflex for partial. The spell fills the area with a brilliant flash of shimmering light. Creatures in the area are blinded for 1d4 rounds, or dazzled for 1d4 rounds if they succeed at that reflex save. And then evil creatures in the area,
You don't say.
take a d4 points of damage per caster level, whether or not they succeed at the reflex save. So that's going to be a max of 5d4. So let me do that real quick.
Okay.
One of my favorite cleric spells.
Yeah, it's not bad. I very rarely play or GM for clerics or oracles, but I don't know. I guess I like the oracle. I just don't want to play a class that gives me an intentional debuff. That's rude. Okay. Do you want to flavor it?
I see them. What are they? Are they shooting arrows and stuff down at us? Or
Yeah,
something?
just murder hole opens, crossbow bolts down, or up at some cases.
I see them up there, and I cast my spell, and you see just this giant flash of light, and then it starts raining down instead of arrows, just a bunch of bodies.
You got it. Okay.
Suddenly, Grazek smells barbecue.
Delicious. Is that all from Tempe?
That he still can't eat.
That is all from Tempe.
Dope. Alrighty. So you guys hear something. You can't really hear it over the wind and the arrows and things, but something does strain from the other side of the bridge.
Ooh, we can't see the other side of the bridge, can we?
You cannot.
Wait, we can?
Yeah, you can't see, but y'all should be able to see that you also know that there are two more aurochs on the other side of the bridge. You don't have line of sight to them because they're behind another pillar, but they start to pull. You can...
Okay.
Debris and detritus and other grossness falls. Hawkins on.
So maybe I didn't think to clarify this. Is this like a bridge that we can run under the bridge to get to the other side?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Okay, so that'll be the... But for now, I'm just gonna stab this thing a lot.
As you do.
Except it's not...
Got this.
So that is...
Everything
Yeah,
but the
there's
10
no-
hits.
But,
Everything but the 10 hits.
okay. Then, yeah, I can't move and two-weapon fight yet, so that is, what, 10, 19, 26?
That
But
is
probably much less because of damage reduction.
plus 26 minus a number. Still standing. Lots of punching happens. Doesn't quite get there, though.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, well. Anything else?
I guess we'll 5-foot step towards the bridge,
Okay.
but nah.
Yeah, none of these are super good. Okay, fair enough. You hear the sounds of more... I guess if anyone can roll spellcraft, they can attempt it. I'm not asking for it because Kieran's not here right now. Dave's not here,
And they
man.
do not have spell.
Every time we go to combat, my webcam locks up. I gotta quit using my webcam when I'm doing this. Okay, so I guess it's basically just Tempe. If Tempe can roll spellcraft.
No.
And I'll assume that's a no. Okay, fair enough. And
No, we don't necessarily need to kill the aurochs to stop the bridge collapse.
Because we could just break their chains.
What does the rigging look like with what they're strapped to the thing? Is it just a simple chain collar that they're hung onto, or is it like...
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And we're gonna shoot the burb twice. Hope wham! And both of those miss. I assume a 20 misses Shaga.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do our verb best. Because are we smart enough to know that tearing the bridge apart would provoke? Yeah, we smart enough. No, we're not. It was commanded to do a thing. It provokes an attack of opportunity from Haken.
Okay.
The Aurochs ignores Haken and just strains against his chain.
But that gets an attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Of course I rolled a 1.
Of course you rolled a 1. Alright, Gazak.
Assuming that that's not the only one that it's commanding to.
Yeah, you could move. If you would like to move under the bridge, tell me. It's 5, 10, 25, 30. It's about 40 feet to get to the other side.
I will charge in that direction.
Okay. To the ruler! Your speed is 30. Correct?
Yes.
So a charge would not get you in range to attack, but a double move would put you just on the other side.
May I do that then?
Oh, you may. Bam. Anything else?
Would trying to sunder something count as an attack move that I can't actually make?
Yep, sundering is an attack roll.
Okay.
A strength check to burst is a standard action.
Right. Do I see that the bulls are trying to do the same thing though?
Yeah, they're both just pulling against their chain. The bridge is detritusing down on them.
All right. That'll be the end of my turn then.
What about Shotgun?
Oh yeah. Through the murder hole, she would like to. Actually, may I make a perception roll to see where exactly the chanting is coming from? Actually, she might not be smart enough to know that.
No, 6 intelligence is like you're as smart as some fighters in this setting. That's more than reasonable.
Sure.
I'm sure we've all played characters.
I am charismatic.
Yeah. The bird is also
so-
probably more charismatic.
What should I? What should I do? Should I try a perception roll?
Yeah, you definitely can.
Wow, I got a 26.
This tower, the top left. The one that's like, Grizak is right under it. Grizak also can probably hear it much more clearly now.
Okay. Huh. Well, flying over there, actually, seeing how the tiny one is able to handle the archers, I think maybe I'll just have her fly over here to join her master.
Okay. She could. The thing about flying is you can move down at double your speed. So you could, at a fly speed of 8. Well, no, you couldn't. Never mind. That would be one move action there. At just a straight across. Bam.
Yeah.
And so it was.
So, can I see anything besides the Aurochs?
Yeah, you can. There are tieflings with crossbows that lean down and try to fire.
Like any chanters? Or
No, you can only hear
where
that.
exactly? Huh?
You can only hear the chanting.
Okay. In that case, staying, she's just going to try and may I try and grapple the creature?
Somebody in the tower. Is that what you mean?
I was gonna say the Auroch, actually.
Not
Actually,
quite.
you know what? No, that was my initial thing to do anyway, so I'll go for the people in the tower.
Okay, you could certainly, within a move action, do that.
Okay. Here we go.
Shaga is large, so her talons
had-
are probably about as big as the window. As I look at my window in fear, roll CMB.
Yeah.
And so it was. I'm almost positive. I'll go double check my poor tiefling CMD. My poor generic soldier. Yeah, Shaga sends her claw in and hears something screaming as she in fact does grab on to somebody and has to resolve at present it's an adjacent square, but they are like pulled into the window. Grzak can probably see the like arm of a tiefling hanging out from inside her talons, flailing wildly.
Why did I not name her Rodan?
It's not too late, my dude.
Oh, it is.
Although
My name
you're
is
not wrong.
It's okay. That resolves my turn.
Dope. Alrighty, there are 4 tieflings going next. One of them is the garpled one. How's my escape artist? Can I? I'm trying to get out of here. This is real bad. I'm gonna get hecked. How's a 9? Not good enough. The tiefling squirms and scrambles and tries to get out from Shaga's grasp to no avail. And I guess we're gonna just fire 3 more times at the rock. Good. So good. All right, Tempe, you're on.
Okay. Is there another set of guys up here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm also far enough from there, so I'll do that again. So that's a reflex save, given that they survive this.
Okay. If you'd like to flavor it.
Again, raining arrows, flash raining bodies.
Deal. Works for me. Bam. Boom. And we're going to try one more heckin' pull. Boom. And I'll need to double check the math on the 17, but I think the 17 is good enough. What's my strength again? So it's that, which is that number. Okay, so this auroch here, Grzak and Shaka can both see, it does make its way off, and the chain pulls with it a sizable portion of the bridge's supports, which come collapsing down. And Hawkins on.
Wait, so how much of the bridge just collapsed?
One of its supports.
Okay, but the bridge itself is still standing.
It is.
Okay. Well, that's not good. So yeah, I'm gonna didn't want to use mythic power at this, but we're gonna fleet charge. So what's the best way around? I guess we will just make it over around this side of the Auroch that I'm currently fighting. And I guess I get some attack of opportunity, but
it's gonna do what it can.
But I get my skirmish back up, so
Sometimes you just gotta skirmish. Bam! 24 to hit.
nope.
Gotcha.
So then I get a single attack against it. So let's see, does that? I guess it would just be the 18.
Mm-hmm. Which does hit.
Okay, then it deals 20 damage, and because it is fleet charge, it ignores DR.
Oh, well. Look at you, Mr. Big Mythic Hero. If you'd like to flavor it.
I'm thinking just kind of ran back around the front of it, and as it comes at me, just stick a punching knife straight through the center of its skull.
And the moo sounds kind of backwards, upside down, but collapse it does.
Sidestepping it like a matador.
Yeah. Oh, I also got to add my 2 to the attack roll. Not that it made a difference.
Not that it made a difference.
And so I moved 5, 10, 15. So I've got, what is that? 25 movement left as part of my swift action to start my way across the bridge.
Okay. 5, 10.
And then I would like to charge at the Auroch that's on the other side.
Because you can do that. How far can you move in a charge?
80 feet.
Yep, that'll exactly do it.
I also get an extra 25 feet because I didn't actually do my full move last time.
Ver fast. Okay.
So then, but I charge, so I get one attack. 18 again.
18 does hit. Does damage reduction count for this one?
I believe so. Yeah, it's just the swift charge that doesn't. So
Okay.
15 damage, including skirmish.
Alrighty. I'm gonna try to fire at. I guess I'll try to fire at Hawken at this point. He runs right under me. 22 to hit
At who?
at you.
Yeah, no.
Alrighty, Gazak, you're on.
I'm going to step upwards to the creature, and you know what? The chain off first.
Okay. So then you would like to sunder or strength check it?
I'd like to try a. Well, can I do it at like a regular attack roll against it, or would this actually require a sunder attempt?
It would be you're either making a strength check to just grab the thing and rip it apart, or a sunder check to break the thing manually, which is a CMB.
Right.
Either one would provoke from it.
Okay. Well, actually, you know what? In that case, I think I'll just attack it instead.
Okay. Tends to be better.
let's see. Okay, that results.
Yeah, that hits real good.
And is he looking after that, Chief?
After 43,
Yeah.
he's looking like you need to flavor it.
He's looking like sirloin tonight.
Just sirloin steak. Okay, fair enough.
Which
And
I keep forgetting that I can't actually eat because all fiendish animals are basically poison in this realm.
indeed, it would not be good for your
It's
digestive
true.
tract or life expectancy. Can Shaga make a
Well,
CMB
also-
real quick?
Yeah.
At the top, assuming you want to maintain the grapple.
Can I try and tug the guy? Yeah, and to try and drag the guy out of the window.
Right, first you have to maintain the grapple, though.
Of course.
And you have. So you have one action. You can either, Shaga can damage the guy with her talons, or she can move up to half her speed and pull the guy out, or you could also pin the guy.
I'll pull him out.
Alrighty. I will pull him off the GM info overlay layer. Screaming and careening. There he is. Anything else?
Free action to drop him.
Okay. Understood. Here's an acrobatic. He can't fail the acrobatics check. He'll take 2d6. Well, no, he'll take 4d6. He can reduce it by 10, but he can't reduce it by enough if you'd like to flavor it.
Ouch. You said he could reduce it by 10 damage.
By 10 feet. So he took 4d6 from falling 40 instead of 5d6 from falling 50.
Oh. Okay. Oh, he only had 10 HP? Poor
Not,
bastard.
not very much.
Well, actually, it's my turn.
Okay, fair enough. He falls. He goes smoosh. And I've got two more that are going to fire at the bird. 14 and 18 both miss. And it goes to Debbie.
All right. And where is everybody?
On the other side of the map. Under the bridge. They are presently about 75 feet away from you to the other side. You can probably see them.
Okay. Can I move to 40 feet to the other side here?
Yeah. 15, 25, 30. 40 would put you under the bridge. A double move would get you to the other side of it.
All right, I'll do a double move.
Alrighty, basically over there-ish. Anything else?
Not with the double move, no.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna... If it's a 0 to 25, it's not good. It's an 85. And I have one more bull who has broken free and really can't do much. So I guess I'm just gonna attack this ranger guy a lot. Oh bam! 16.
You can try.
16 and 16. I have a 1 in 400 chance to suck. And it passes to
Oh well.
So you say it's my turn?
Yep, you're on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can take our time with this. So, does a 14 hit?
14 might hit. Does a 14? 14 does not hit. But the 29,
Okay.
25, 21 all connect.
Okay, so 10, 8, 8,
Yipper.
which hopefully does something.
And then we subtract a number. Still standing, but not happy.
Okay, good. We don't want it to be happy.
No, no. We're here to make everyone sad. Anything else?
Nah, that was my full round.
Alrighty. So we're gonna just keep doing our best. 16 misses you, Grizak, you're on.
Let's see. What else? I guess I'll start making my way over to here.
Wait, is that caster still up on the bridge?
You no longer
Fair
hear
point.
chanting.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I'll command Shaga stop playing with her food and point out to this creature. Grazak will try to start climbing the tower.
Okay.
So I want to see if Shaga has enough movement speed for that, though, to get over to here.
You should be able to, because you can fly down at double your speed. Yeah, you could charge and dive down at it.
That's what I'll attempt to do.
Alrighty.
Well, I'll do a charge and a grapple attempt.
Okay,
Like,
works for
can I
me.
grapple on a charge?
Yeah, it's an attack roll. You would get a +2 on it.
Here we go. Oof.
33, yeah, that's a natural 20. It succeeds. Yeah, Shaga dives down and grabs the bull by the horns.
Way. Now I'll try to scramble up 20 feet up this tower to try and poke my face into one of the murder holes.
Okay, 20 feet doesn't quite get you there, but you are able
Sounds
to
like
do a scramble. Shoot a bird twice. 14, 17, and Tempe.
Yeah.
And Tempe is on.
All right. Let's see. Has anyone taken a significant amount of damage?
Several tieflings, a couple of aurochs, part of the village.
All
Not the
but
party.
Us.
No, squad's fine.
Oh, okay. In that case, let's see. I've used a lot of I've used 2 second level spells. I've got like 8, so I guess I'll just do the same thing again to the. Is there just the one of these dudes here?
Yeah, just one man-eating bull.
Okay. Well, I will fire off right behind him so that I don't hit any of my party. And then he needs to make that reflex save because he'll probably survive this.
Nah, if you want to flavor it.
Oh.
It's got DR, but that doesn't mean Hawkins not punching him 4 times.
Yeah.
All right. So apparently they can't take the light because every time you're blinded for a second, things just die.
Imagine it's very much like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the light just shines and starts melting them.
Yeah, it's probably fair.
Yes.
And Haken.
Is there? I'm guessing there's not an easy way up this bridge.
Short of the rock next to you, probably no.
Speak for yourself.
So I guess I turn to the rock. Hey, can you give me a lift?
Rock cocks its head at you. Okay, just a tidbit. The Shaga does understand Draconic.
Oh. So I don't think I know that one. So we may be out of luck.
Try using.
Oh, I do have Draconic. Would I have known that already?
Yeah, you've probably seen Grizak speak to Shaga in Draconic at several points, and probably
Then yeah.
heard her speak Draconic.
Then yeah, in Draconic. Hey, can you give me a lift?
Its head a bit and looks up and nods. What would a rock sound like?
And I don't resist when it tries to grapple me.
So the thing about Shaga is more than a rock. She is a rock sent by a deity to help a very powerful servant of the deity. So it's not just a sound. Shaga is capable of speech.
Okay.
Certainly, Shaga is not capable of advanced syllables and sentences with 6 intelligence, but she know how talk works.
Well, I mean, I thought it was ruled that like can understand a language, but because they're anatomically not designed for actual complex speech, that they can't talk verbally unless they have like some sort of other magical means to do so.
Would you like it that she can't speak? Would you like it so she can't speak? Technically, for a druid's animal companion or a ranger's animal companion, yes. But when divine magic starts playing around,
I'd rule it as not speaking.
Then she squawks indeed. And I guess I'll try to shoot at the rock. Nope. Okay, Grizak.
Okay. I make another 40 feet up towards the top.
Is that a double move for you?
For my climb speed of 20, yes.
Alrighty.
Or could I double move until I reach one of the windows?
Yeah, the double move would put you inside the tower if you'd like.
Okay, let's do that then.
And so it was.
Ooh.
And I'm going to try to shoot the burb. Get an 11. This tiefling drops his weapon and just, I surrender! And puts his hands up. And Sebby's on.
Alright, and I'm on again. Are we about done, or is there a bunch more stuff? I got there was a surrender.
People are shooting from up here still.
There are people shooting from up on top here?
Yeah, like right behind you. This is the one Grizak went into. This is the one where bad things are happening.
Okay. Well, just to make his job easier over there, we'll go one more time with Old Faithful here. Right there. Here we go.
And would you like to flavor it any differently than you have in the past?
As this group over here starts talking about giving up, they're sort of blinded for just a brief second, and then they see these guys over here just sort of like melt in place.
So it was. So then my final thing before the combat ends, Grizak, you have a prisoner at your mercy.
Grizak is going to grab him by his neck and just bear down at him And I'm gonna try and roll an intimidate and ask him in as much of a growling voice I can muster. Your mages, where?
Okay.
Oh wait, that's Shaga's intimidation.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
I forget what my wisdom mod is. What's my wisdom mod? Probably not super good. 14. My wisdom is that. I have that many hit dice. That actually is successful. You pick him up. He's not the biggest of creatures in the world, so it's probably not hard for Grizok to like grab him by the like collar of his armor.
I'm getting right up in his face.
And just up and yell,
Right.
just, oh, don't, no. Left when the order to destroy the bridges. He starts freaking out and trying to like get away from you.
How many?
Holds up one finger. I'm not sure if which finger would be appropriate in this campaign setting, but so I will not flavor it as such.
I want to sense motive this guy. I'm
And
not sure if Grazak is really in the mood for taking prisoners.
you can definitely roll sense motive, and initiative is off also.
Let's hear the rest of us.
So the rest of the squad can go wherever, do whatever.
Did Shoga give me a lift onto the bridge?
One squawk yes, two
That
squawks
means yes.
no. You end up in there. I'll move the whole squad into the room in question.
Well, I was just. Oh, you guys are gonna lift him here? I was just gonna drag him out the window and drop him off on the ground. Not from 40 feet, obviously. Just like, you know.
Oh, okay. Also good. So that happens. The interrogation takes place.
So did he say destroy the bridges plural?
He did not.
Oh, okay.
Said that Grazak will say that this one says that there's one mage that was going to collapse the bridge. So there's still, but if he's not, that means that this mage is probably their commander.
Some commander just left him here to die.
As to what can be expected from their kind.
Don't worry about the rolls that are going in chat right now. I'm just fighting myself. I said, don't worry about the rolls that are going in chat right now. I'm fighting myself. Y'all are free to roleplay to your heart's content.
Oh.
No. My kind usually devour our enemies. But, as I've learned from this land, any flesh from here would only upset my stomach. I will roll another intimidation if I can on that one.
Okay. And his knees go a-shaken. He, at this point, unless Shaga is holding him down or you're holding him down, he probably collapses.
Shaga will come over and try to bite, and then Grazak will be like, no! He will upset your stomach too.
No! Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. No Pepto-Bismol in this campaign setting.
Hey, demon flesh. That was terrible.
We'll take it. We accept.
So,
Hey.
so it sounds like if he doesn't give us any useful information, we're just going to leave him dead in a ditch then. He doesn't even get to be eaten.
Does he know Commander's name?
Shakes his head no.
Do you know where they went?
The Citadel.
Of course.
What can you tell us about the other bridge?
He shrugs his shoulders.
Sense motive. Oh, wow, I rolled a natural 20 on that one.
So you did both of you he probably doesn't know a whole lot of much and is less of a guard and more of a
Yeah,
was told to go here and shoot at people.
that is fair. I mean, this is just a grunt.
And
That
sound
said,
like
he-
a grunt was outlived. Hmm?
That said, he probably knows like more about the environment and stuff. But like
Right.
maybe not anything that far up the chain, if you will.
In that case, Grazek is going to reach into his bag, turkey, and just throw him over Shaga's back. And now I suppose we can all climb aboard and climb up to, or fly up to the bridge and see how the rest of the battle's faring.
Okay, works for me. Y'all fly up, and it's probably actually around this time that your forces meet you at the southernish end of the bridge. Some people appear scratched, some people have dented shields or armor, but you seem to count no losses, and the attack was an overwhelming success. Who would be in
Okay.
charge? I feel like Aravashnil. Yeah, Aravashnil comes. Ah, yes, my lords, my glorious, glorious, great heroes. And that pause exists, and his eyebrows kind of up and down a little bit.
Save the titles, mage.
Says the man who's
How-
given me
how
a title.
many- How many dead?
Most of them. The
I
rest are...
meant our forces. How do we fare now?
holds up he puts his thumb and his first finger to form a circle. Not a one.
Good. Grazek is going to throw our prisoner down. Took him from bridge. You might know more. But we have a prisoner who might know things.
Well, have you asked him anything?
There was what? There was there was most likely some sort of wizard or other demonic mage that was magic to command the Aurochs to collapse the bridge.
Probably
Mage
expected.
might have likely been one of their captains, but that one got away.
That said, the first bridge has been secured, and we don't have to worry about them collapsing it on us anytime soon.
Splendid. Perhaps next time, my lords, if you target the ones that can flee with a thought, perhaps it will work better. Nevertheless, I believe this side of the Yahari is ours now. Anything left would do little more than throw stones at us. And I've sent...
Actually, hold on. I actually missed a bit of that. What was that last sentence?
The south part is... Well, I'll draw it on the map, you know? That's what I'll do. To the free hand! Bam! Under your control.
Really?
Control.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Harbinger.
Okay, just to clarify, both bridges were only one of the bridges was actually
Oh, I guess I should also...
rigged.
That's fair. Under your control. Both of the bridges are rigged.
Okay. And so I'm assuming our forces aren't all the way over here at the moment.
No, they're probably
Uh,
just like...
But if we have control over this area, we might want to take haste to get control of the second bridge in case they get antsy and decide to collapse it.
Thing from our new tiefling friend is to point him across the other bridge. But we know what we already know what you have on around this area, but what is over there?
Which one? The over here?
Yeah, like what's worth guarding across that way, that this bridge would be rigged to collapse.
Give me another intimidate check.
Absolutely.
Did we see anything over there when we were scouting?
Nothing really nothing that stood out any more than anything else, and
Was that where all the slave pens and things were?
they're kind of spread out.
Apparently, they're all over the place.
Grzak
Okay.
leans in and like, what else is over there? That's where he puts two fingers on both of his hands together and puts those fingers on his nose, like as if to make a beak out of his hands.
Make a what?
A beak, like a bird's beak, and puts them like together. He kind of just starts laughing at this point.
I punch him.
Okay. Do you punch him to do damage?
I mean,
It's non-lethal.
This guy's constitution is so low, if he looked at too strong alcohol, he would pass out.
I roll like a single 1d4.
Sure.
It's non-lethal. He'll be fine.
1d4 plus
Trying to
strength.
hurt the guy.
Worst case scenario, you knock him unconscious.
Right. I would probably accidentally snap his neck if he realized that low.
Yeah, he's a lot of things. Strong ain't one of them.
And I already rolled a max 4 for that.
He makes a weird bird hand and you punch him and he says no more and falls unconscious. Eravashniel starts just slow clapping.
Why do they send these weaklings against us? I could have flicked a finger and the same result would have happened. No bother.
In fairness, Eravashniel, every interaction with him has been like this. Grzak is... It's understandable. He had it coming.
For once we are in agreement. Well, my lords, what is the plan now?
I think we grab the second bridge and then decide where we go from there.
Yes.
Alrighty.
You know,
Yeah.
we'll let Kieran take care of this one. It will not be making jokes after the little one has a way with him.
That's canon. He is a class that is made to torture people.
Yeah.
That's the vivisectionist. It's
Oh, you know, within the confines of...
lawful good.
Yeah.
Well, Kieran is CG. He'd be fine. He'd be fine.
Look, honestly, we could probably just scare the guy enough and he would probably start spilling his guts.
Mm-hmm.
From, like, the Goonies where they threaten Chunk to spill his guts and then he starts going off about everything that he's ever done ever. Like, when I was 15 at the movie theaters, I vomited over the balcony and it landed on 3 people.
Nice.
And then I blamed it on my friend who was sitting next to me. Alright, I'll stop that.
No, you're totally fine. That's probably, that tiefling has probably thrown up on at least one person. It's canon now.
I still wet the bed until I was 15.
And in fairness, most of our intimidate check, I don't think you had a single intimidate check above a 5.
The man has
Yeah.
a lot of things. Hit dice is not one of
One.
them.
One good roll and he'd probably be spilling his guts.
Indeed.
Suppose we have any smelling salts on hand, do we?
Probably nah. I feel like it's a hard nah.
We've
Okay.
got that demon heroin. I don't know how that's going to help us, but we've got it.
It'll probably wake you up, make you feel real good for a little while.
Oh, wait. I have
Maybe
lay
we'll-
on hands.
Would you
But
like
do we
to
want to use it on a tiefling? He'll wake up.
I got plenty of these. I'm just gonna poke him and wake him back up.
Okay. You poke him. The power of Opsu radiates, and he's good to go.
And so I suppose at this point, I would like to, or Hakon,
All right.
yeah, Hakon
Sorry.
will lean in with like one of his punching daggers, poking him in the chest, and like, now, so far we've been nice, but he just knocked your lights out and then brought you right back. And we can do this over and over and over. So start talking.
I will aid that intimidation check.
Okay. What do you want to know?
What is across the bridge?
I think they call themselves... and I'm stuttering because demon names are hard to pronounce and I hate it. I hate fantasy games. Let's all play. Let's go back to Harold Zidane where everything was just the 1940s. So much easier. Poslixt.
What?
The Vrock.
Spell that?
Do you understand what a Vrock is, human?
Yeah, I killed one of them
Where do you
already.
think I got this sick headdress from?
No.
I do say that I like bristle the feathers and just be like, I've dabbled. Imitation.
One of
I've met
those
one.
army of shears. It's where we're keeping the food. An army of knowledge religion checks. Just a bunch of D20s rolling down a hill with spears in hand.
Right,
They're
is that
very
knowledge-
angry.
Is that knowledge the planes?
Planes would work too, I suppose.
I do like the idea of using knowledge religion to identify like evil or like outsiders that belong in like the celestial or fiendish.
That's fair.
I thought they were
Yeah.
behind. Are demons and things not religion checks?
I thought they were the
They
planes.
actually don't count as religion checks,
Well, so what the
I
hell
can
does a
also
religion
disagree.
check identify? Undead?
Undead.
and only undead.
That's dumb and I hate it. So, all three of you know, probably, I don't use demons a lot, so I don't have their names super straight, and when 2nd edition came out, I talked a lot of good about how I didn't like that they were just calling the demons, this is the Lust Demon and the Wrath Demon, but now I gotta go back and memorize these. Yes, in fact, Tempe and Grizak have both seen a shear in the past. You fought one in the Grey Garrison. You might remember a kind of like a satyr, but much more bigger and powerful, gnawing on its halberd and then swinging that halberd at you, if that rings a bell at all.
Oh, it does. And
Oh wait, those are the goat demons?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
From your excellent knowledge religion checks, they resemble a tall, muscular humanoid with the head and hooves of a demonic goat. A ragged hide covers patches of their body, usually around the forearms and lower legs, usually about 7 foot tall, 300 pounds. They are not the brightest, but they have a sort of natural cunning. And from the way the tiefling is talking, it sounds like there's a whole bunch of them up there and of rock.
huh. That seer, do they have innate magical abilities?
Yes. What'd you roll on that note? You have a 25 in Wrath of the Righteous. All the
Yeah,
demons
we've
are...
also encountered one of these creatures before.
Yeah. Hang on. Can't math. 21, 2, 3, 4. So 2 questions from basically all 3 of you. For magical abilities, yeah, they can... I will say it in meta, and y'all can flavor it as you want. See invisibility and tongues as constants. Thrice a day, arcane lock, expeditious retreat, protection from good. Once a day, summon 1d3 shears with a 20% success rate.
Those shears can summon more shears.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but like the
And
20%.
there's an entire army of these monsters.
Correct.
They could potentially
They only have a
put
20%
their
chance.
forces at once if they really wanted to.
Correct.
Yikes.
But I'll say we do have paladins, which I think gives us bonuses, or I think gives our army bonuses against evil outsiders.
You mentioned food?
He nods,
What kind?
points at Hawken.
I don't understand.
Points at Hawken again.
People. They eat people.
Yeah, that's clearly where slaves are being taken to be processed.
Hmm.
So does that mean that okay, so sorry, never mind. They got the slaves over there and kind of all around.
Yeah, there seems to be a concentration of them in that area.
I mean, we talked about trying to liberate the slaves to get and like rally them to join our forces might be worth it. And that might be the way to go about doing it.
And personally, regardless of the tactical value, we can't neglect actually rescuing lives that need aid.
What a
Right.
fun moral dilemma we have.
I still stand that we probably need to secure that other bridge as soon as possible, but morality, as you know, it's the right thing to do. Sure. Also, it sounds like it's a strong strategic advantage to take that hill.
They might not try. They won't try to. I doubt they'll try to drop the bridge immediately since they know that we're already here.
Probably not, because then they're cutting themselves off as well. So it's hopefully a last resort. But
yeah, I say we go forward and take the hill.
okay.
Okay.
What did you say? We had any other information about the shears?
Yeah, both Hawken and Tempe would get 2 questions.
Yeah.
Do they have DR?
Yes. Yeah, hang on. 5 broken by cold iron are good. They're much less tanky than the demonic bulls are, even though these are true
They're
demons.
probably better. They're probably better than tieflings, though.
Yeah.
Yes. They probably have a better to hit than the demonic bulls did too. But I guess my other question: do you know if they have any other like resistances, like energy resistances or anything that would be relevant?
Probably not to this party, but 10 from acid, golden fire, and 15 spell resistance. The spell resistance is relevant to Tempe, but
Okay. That's my 2 questions.
and Tim.
All right.
Yeah.
Tempe,
Yeah. What?
what do you believe we should do?
So what are the questions about again? They're about the
2 questions about the thing you knowledge religion.
I was gonna say, as in what our next course of action should be. I still think we should go to this area and rescue any slaves that are left there.
Do we know about like what level-ish they are in regards to us?
They're much bigger than a tiefling, but so far as the chaotic ranks of the abyss go, they're not really anything special. Mechanically, they're CR4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whereas a tiefling is CR like 1/2.
So CR4 would put them about on par with our paladins, actually.
Okay.
Whereas the paladins
Yeah,
seem to have just been fighting rabble. This will be much more of a thing.
Okay, so
they got us.
Do they have? So how many hit dice do they have?
That won't come in as much relevant, given that they will be part of the mass combat. I can answer it if you'd like.
Right, they have the mass combat. Do they act any differently because it's going to be mass combat?
You guys probably won't contend with them unless you'd like to be in with the army. You will fight something else.
I mean, these ones are probably going to be more on par with our paladins, so we might want to be a part of this fight to help boost our troops. Do they have any I guess this is more a question for our prisoner, but do the Sheer have any defenses built up, like fortifications?
He nods.
Okay.
Fences that we could make use of ourselves if we are able to take it.
But it'll be harder to fight them. From our knowledge of shears, do they typically make ranged attacks?
They
Are they front line?
Like melee from our experience.
Okay.
And they're smart enough to not just abandon the barricades. You imagine more of a, like, braced halberds as you guys are running up a hill at them.
Okay. Do our troops have ranged attacks? Or,
They do.
like,
Oh yeah.
bows?
Mm,
They do?
they do.
So if, and granted, this may not work if they have range attacks of their own, but we could just sit back, making pot shots at them, and try and draw them out from their fortifications.
I think we're overthinking it personally. I say we just go there.
Nick, of all the people, thinks we're
Right.
overthinking. That's how you know.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That is a bit hypocritical of me.
I'm slowly learning as I begin to become a decent human being that friends like to make fun of friends. So, haha. But, so what I'm hearing is the whole squad, all of your troops, all of the PCs, we're just going to rush the hill.
I would argue that we should make ranged attacks and try and draw them out of their fortification to neutralize or to like fight them on more even footing, and maybe get some damage in before they come at us.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how the mass combat rules would accommodate that, or if they do.
They definitely do. When I said rush, I guess I didn't mean charge of the light brigade so much as that's where everyone is going. Everyone is going to go fight that thing.
Yeah. If we're going to fight a demon army, we should be there too.
Okay, sounds good to me. I'm just doing a quick. Oh lordy.
Oh lord.
Oh lord. That hassle so I can touch a doop-a-doo. Okay, dope. So this is going to be... Basically, we're going to run this one 100% theater of the mind. Y'all make your way across the bridge. Y'all begin to make your way up the hill. And it's not long before the sounds of abyssal bleating begins to echo and people run up to fortifications and halberds get set into position. There is no de facto commander because I don't want to be like, you with the charisma. You're the only person who gets to play right now. Everyone else, go potty. We'll talk to you in 5 minutes.
I mean, there's some stuff for like adding class abilities to things.
That's true too.
Could we like provide our class ability bonuses or something?
Yes, I'll let that happen. But first, Nick, if you would roll a d20 for me.
I will.
14. The Knights of Canabres, as truly that's what they're called. They assemble, they draw their bows and fire. And I think that's technically a hit. Comes down to a 23 all told, which does... Some of the arrows miss, some ping off of the parts of buildings that have been cobbled together to make a building. In some cases, it's wallow corpses. In some cases, it's just stone embankments, but a couple of them do drop. I will ask, I suppose, also... I guess I'll start with Grizok, and I have a chart O abilities open. So if you say I cast this spell, it won't necessarily function verbatim like the spell you are trying to cast, but it can have effects. So Grizok, what do you want to do?
What would happen if I used my smite ability?
Oh, I'll tell you. As I control F smite evil.
Or actually, better yet, if they have any like fire bombings or things that are AoE effects, I do have my new divine barrier feat that I can use to help negate part of any elemental area of effect damage that our troops might take while fighting these creatures.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pray to Apsu for guidance, and the barrier pops up, and what does Hakan do?
So what was that?
Basically your action, shall we say.
Oh, okay. Do I need to roll something or
Depends on what you want to do.
um is there I guess can I apply my favorite enemy bonus to our army since we're fighting evil outsiders?
Their armor is weak at the neck.
Okay.
Yes, you can. Basically, just Legolasing. Sorry. Okay, cool. So they'll get a +1. They have some resistances and Tempe. Who may or may not be muted.
Oh, so you cut out there.
Oh, boo
Yeah,
on me!
check it out.
That's what I get for not looking
Sorry.
straight at my mic.
Sorry, did you say me?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, as I think I know what you want to do. So as far as spellcasting works, what that is you'll get you yourself, if you want to just artillery in, you'll roll a d20 for you, and you'll get a mod for basically the level of the spell slot used.
Get a mod based on the level. Is that what you said?
Yeah, but there won't be a I cast this spell, it does this effect. If you cast a level 3 spell, you'd roll a d20 plus some things plus 3 for a 3rd level spell.
Okay, and then I have one other question, and that would be, what if I use... Where is it? I am having a brain fart.
Channel energy, it won't throw a bunch of d6s at them. Rather, it will, if you were to channel standing within them, they would get a number of hit points equal to their CR, which is 4. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but they have 16 hit points at max, so you'll basically heal them for 25%, which is why they took no damage, because it functions the same as lay on hands.
All right. Sweet.
Okay.
But they're already
Yeah,
full health, so we don't need that right now.
Right.
Right, but those are like the two main things that I'd want to do is either cast a spell when we're not damaged, or do a channel when we are.
Gotcha.
So I can do something right now?
Yep.
Okay. So just roll a d20, is that what you said for spell?
Yeah, and then just let me know what level of spell.
I will go with 3.
Sure. Okay, so then that comes down to that number. You are acting as a single person, so that you can't math. Team. Okay, got it. So I'll let you flavor it. It does hit. I don't know if I cut out there or not.
You did a bit, actually.
Boo!
No, I was talking, but I was muted.
Ah.
So what I did was I just cast that same spell, except I boosted it up a level because it was working so well. And so that the enemies are blinded for a moment, and some of them are melted a little bit.
Works for me. And could all 3 of you make religion checks for me?
Religion checks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or the planes. So all 3 of you, Hawking can't quite grab it, but Tempe and Grizak, you both know what's happening as you hear the sound of chanting echo from the top of the hill. The thing about Vrox, rather, is they have an ability known as Dance of Ruin, which they begin to chant and they begin to dance, and it will cause a burst of energy to fire down. It will probably hurt the shears. It will certainly also hurt you guys. It takes them a little while to charge it up, but it appears the commander is charging. Certainly,
Okay.
if there are any prisoners within a certain distance of that Vrock, they also would be affected.
How far away is he?
The top of the hill is probably 70 feet up.
How many feet up?
70.
Ooh. Hmm.
Azak will start charging his way up to that area, and will command Shaga to do the same.
Okay.
Let's see if Aravashnia
That
can,
creature is clearly their commander.
yeah,
Mhm.
if Aravashnia can lead our army, can the PCs basically split off as like a teeny tiny army and try and take out their commander?
Yep, works for me. In that case, we'll do
Would my divine barrier help protect against that effect if it is an elemental and AoE effect?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, it would. It's almost like calling down a storm. They will zap people.
Okay.
And I guess if... Whoops. We'll keep it easy. We'll just keep initiative for now. Y'all will theater the mind of rock while the armies clash is how we'll run it. And I add 6.
We killed one already, and there's more of us now.
And there's
Said
more.
this creature, this one was a commander. Does he look any different or unique?
No, he doesn't have like fighter levels or anything. Haken is first as battle is joined. The knights go charging up the hill.
No.
Sabaton plays in the background. In the name of God. That's what I listen to before I start GMing Wrath every time. It never fails. But you guys can find the rock. The rock seems to want to find y'all.
Well, good. We're all in agreement then.
Oh, yes.
All right. Is that our cue to respond?
Yeah, we're on active like combat initiative. I'll resolve the mass combat after.
Oh.
Wait, do we have to reroll our initiative?
Yeah, unless, well, we'll keep the one that we have now, is what I want to do. We'll keep the 19, 15, 14. Might as well.
Okay.
If
You
that
want
was
us to keep the original initiative?
okay, fine. Reroll initiative unless you're Tim, because Tim will go last anyway.
I mean, no, I was just asking.
I did it for the sake of speed. If you all would like to reroll, we certainly can. And Haken did worse. Ha ha. And Grzak
didn't-
did way worse.
I have a 20 this time,
Oh, hush you.
because of Urban.
He's the Urban Ranger. Okay, Haken is still first. Actually, the initiative didn't move at all.
Okay, well, I'm assuming we're still a little ways away from it.
We'll say a move action puts you within its threat range.
Perfect. Then,
And I did that perfectly for you, yeah, didn't I?
then we're going to fleet charge it
Okay.
and follow that with a full attack. And so fleet charge. Yeah. Oh. Does a 20 confirm the crit?
It does.
Nice.
Then, and that ignores DR because fleet charge. Also, it does an additional 9 skirmish damage.
Okay.
And then, I guess they already power attacked, so all of these have to be power attack. Does a 20 hit? Yeah, 20
Yep.
confirmed.
You got it.
So does a 13 hit?
Does not.
Okay, didn't think so. So that's still 2 attacks. So an additional 7 or additional 12 piercing damage.
Nice.
So,
So the first one ignored DR.
yes, and that one did 45 damage,
That it did.
including skirmish.
Staring down the barrel of a punching dagger.
Oh wait, no, because there was the favorite enemy damage too. So that did 49 damage.
49! You'll fry! Best episode of Dexter's Lab. And then it was how much from how many?
Then the other 2 attacks that hit would do 18, 25 from the first one, and 20 from the second one.
Alrighty.
Oof.
So a lot of those do slide off, but you do run up and in a... I'm not really sure how making 1, 2, a bajillion attacks in 6 seconds looks, but in a flurry of blows, if you will. The first
Rapid
dagger,
fire punching and just stabbing him over and over.
he turns into a Saiyan, and several
thought
hands
that-
appear.
What?
Well, that's
Oh.
what you get for thinking.
Sorry. It's just that if he has cold iron weapons and rocks are demons, I didn't realize that there was another layer of DR to him.
Yeah.
A lot of them have like cold iron and good or.
Sure.
All
Yeah.
right, so it goes to the commander. You go up, and basically you guys are going to come down on each other and attack at the same time. A 31 to hit you?
To hit me?
Yeah, to hit Hagen.
I think that does in fact hit. Yep, with skirmish, my AC is 31.
So I have to roll an 18. Splendid. So I have an 18 and a 19 from 5 attacks.
Oof.
So you were able to dodge its
3
bite.
of them.
You're able to dodge most of the claws as well, and you dodge the bite. But one of his hands and one of his feet come up from 2 attacks. If you have any DRs, resistances, and things of that nature.
I don't think so.
6, 5, 4, 28 points of slashing damage, and Grizak.
Total?
Yeah, from 2 attacks.
Okay. It's like, oh god, if that's one attack, I might be in trouble. That's still not great, but okay.
Just think of how awesome Grizak will look with the skull of the Vrak and everything else.
Well, we'll see if we can do that. Alright, is it my turn?
Yep, you're on.
Okay. Walk will get forward with Shaga at it flying out behind him, and I will try to strike him down with a Smite Evil Vital
Okay.
Strike.
It certainly pings. This one's chaotic neutral. I'm sorry about it.
Sure.
It's actually a Protean.
Oh wow. I
Yeah.
suppose that confirms.
A 17 does fail to confirm, but you could surge.
Okay.
Can you add the surge to a crit confirmation roll?
A d20 roll, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess let's try and go for it. Oof.
And so it does. You monster.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
I don't know
When
what
you
the math looks
Mythic
like.
Vital Strike, it's already...
Alright, kids, let's go look at Mythic Vital Strike. Here we go. Vital
what?
Strike.
Just, you know what? If it's more than this, just treat the 57 plus the 28.
Okay, if you'd like to flavor it.
I am sorry for upstaging you, Hakan.
No, you're not. Hush you.
I suppose as the Vrak makes those 2 swipes with his claw and foot at Hakan, goes forwards and bisects the creature before it can do any more harm to his new, no, it's too early to say friends, but his comrade.
Fair enough. And it collapses, ever present and ready to be harvested. So we'll resolve the rest of this as in the middle of a mass combat. What was going to happen was, I was going to say the circle pit opens up because no one wants to get accidentally punching daggered by the flurry of death and madness.
Stop.
But no longer is the case. So it passes to Tempe. And we divert back from a single encounter to mass combat.
Okay, and how are our peoples doing while we were doing that?
They were going to go after you. I wanted you to
Right.
not go last all the time.
Well, there's one people's that's hurting a little bit now.
Gotcha.
Okay, well, I guess I will do the spell again. Shoo. We'll do another level 3 because I've got a bunch.
Because you got a bunch. All right.
Ooh.
That one does not quite get you anywhere.
Nope.
And the Knights of Canabres would like to... They're not scared enough to do a whole lot of special abilities yet, I feel like. I feel like at this point we're just trying to do a big ol' slap. Plus this, bang. They seem to get nowhere. And the Skiers... One of my favorite outsiders, from what little we used him in the garrison. Boom! Can't wait to do the bigger garrison soon with you guys. So, basically what happens is y'all run up, the rock comes down to meet you, and then meets its demise. The Knights of Canabres go charging in behind you. They can't quite clear the barricades, but through the power of divine intervention and their own ability to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, the shears as well cannot quite make any purchase.
Okay. So kind of just shields slamming into each other. No one's doing anything yet.
Pretty much. And Hawken is on.
Do we want to keep ourselves as like a separate hero unit army fighting the shears, or do we want to join back in with our army and provide them buffs?
Either is certainly acceptable.
Or I guess, are we separated from our armies, or are they like caught up with us?
Yes. They are. You're with them, and they are with you. If you would like to function as an individual unit and start just attacking a bunch, you can, or you can go support the army.
See, attacking as an individual unit would put such a big penalty on me. I'm not sure it would work out too hot.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just apply, or if I can just apply my favorite enemy bonus to our army, I will do that instead.
Sure. And I accidentally hit the button twice. I'll put back. It's Gruzok's turn.
Grazok will follow and do the same.
Okay.
Though this time, instead of using Divine Barrier, which I just remembered uses up 2 uses of Lay on Hands per use, I'm just going to prepare my Aura of Courage would affect them, right?
They also
It buffs
have
to them. Oh yeah, they do.
Mm. So yes, but also no.
Are we assuming that Divine Barrier has already been popped?
Is it a when damage happens, this goes off kind of thing?
Yeah, it's an immediate action in response to an AoE effect.
Oh, okay. So then it hasn't gone off then, because the immediate action hasn't happened.
Okay.
You could make the immediate action should something like that occur.
Yeah, I'll be doing. Yeah.
Okay. And Tempe.
Alright. Has our unit taken any damage?
I think mostly just Hawkins so far.
Man. Alright. Let's
Azazel.
do... Let me check to make sure how many spells I have. Here it is. Okay, I've still got 4 third-level spells.
Jeez, really?
Yeah, I get a lot of spells. And I can't do anything.
Yeah, short of a surge, that would not be the best. Even with a surge,
I guess
the
I could.
numbers.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
that
bad.
just wouldn't be even good with a surge. So, I'm just not useful right now.
So then these guys will... Armor is weak at the neck and beneath the arms, but they can't quite get over the fortifications. The shears will continue to do a stab on down. Ha-boom! To much better effect.
Uh-oh.
Can't. Math. Okay, so they take... The knights try to push through. Tempe tries to cast something and it fizzles. This time the shears are able to get their wits about them and form a little more of a solid phalanx. And the shriek of men and horses and armor as halberds go into places that are ouchy. And that went from morbid to toddlerish in 2 seconds. Hooray, Tommy. And it passes to Hagen.
Is there anything could do to try and like sabotage their fortifications?
Perhaps a sunder. Strength check to break a barrier.
Somebody say strength check.
What about disable device?
To hell with it. Why not? Make it so.
To what?
I said to hell with it. Why not? Make it so.
Oh, that was a bad roll.
It was not a whole lot of much devices to be disabled.
Yeah. I was hoping could sabotage something to collapse or something. Okay, well, I tried.
Grzak?
Razak will try to break through their lines
Okay.
with that Sunder attempt. Since I have a bird who's also super strong, could I get a bonus to that?
Sure.
Or should we just both roll separately?
Roll separately. It's an 8 another. Though that said, there's no need to roll super separately because either one of you will add more than 9, so there's no way you're not going to get a +2. Probably.
I see.
Unfortunately,
Oh
it's
man, that was a tough roll.
Haken can't find anything that he could pick apart. Grzak lowers his shoulder and just slams in, and it doesn't really budge.
Double twos. We're on a roll.
1 in 400 once again. Oh, Tempe.
Are we already back to Tempe?
We are.
Yeah.
Narrative combat goes real quick.
And I'm guessing that we still haven't taken any damage.
No, we definitely have at this point.
The army
took damage
last round.
Oh, you said we have this time?
Yeah.
How much?
You don't get a mechanical number, but things aren't looking good.
You said things aren't looking good?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go ahead and do my words.
Channel energy?
Yes, that.
Okay.
I knew it began with CH.
So go ahead and roll it for Hawkins' sake. They heal a set amount.
Oh, okay.
So Hawking
Well,
gets 12 back. They get an amount equal to their ACR back.
cool.
All right.
Wounds doing knitting. Walls were shaking. And here we go again. Bam! Still not a whole lot of much.
Why are we rolling so badly?
You win some, you get massacred by some. Actually, this one is more of a continued stalemate again. A lot of it is probably, because y'all are all cavalry, a lot of it is now we need to back up and charge up again, and then melee for a little while, and then back and forward. I've played Total War, but this time again, it's still a whole lot of nothing. And Haken.
Since we're big damn heroes, can we do anything for, like, maybe not me, given my charisma, but can we do anything as far as, like, leading the army to give them a bonus?
Yeah, you could make social checks, diplomacy, intimidate, bluff rather, and that would, you'd be able to set them to like a power attack sort of variant where they will hit harder but be easier to hit. You can, and the opposite is true too.
So far, they're the ones who've landed a hit, so I'm not sure if that's a safe plan at the moment. I'm gonna try to see about. Can I make another attempt at disabling device, or is that a one done?
Yeah, go for it. You couldn't find anything last time.
So we're gonna once again try and sabotage. That was a much better roll.
That is much better. You can. Looking about, you find a pile of bodies which functions as like the center barricade, and you find the proverbial Jenga block. I'm gonna yank on this dude, and the center comes down.
It's morbid work, but somebody's got to do it.
Welcome to Pathfinder. Hey, Grzak.
How does doing actual damage to the army as an individual work if we're commanders, or do we at all?
If you would like to do that, you roll a d20 plus the bonus you get from being a fine army, much like my hair, which is fine. Your ACR, which is a smaller number, and you compare it to a number that they have. So basically, you just roll a d20 and I'll do all the math for you.
Okay.
So it's like you roll a
If I just rolled my frost breath at them.
Ooh.
Or you could do that. How does that work? Breath weapon. You could. It might not come out as well,
Yeah.
given the resist. Well, they don't resist cold, do they? Yeah, you could. It would, in a mechanical sense, since there are 100-odd CR4 demons here, you would just roll a d4 and they would take 1d4 damage. But,
Okay.
but it would definitely hit.
Here we go.
Auto damage is good.
After the barrier of bodies has fallen forth, Grazak will surge forward and try and blast a path for...
Blast an opening.
Now, when you say surge is a very loaded term.
As in, I stride forward.
This isn't second edition, so okay. I'm sorry. Vocabulary words are fun. Yes, some of them do get a little permafrosty as that happens. Did Shaga do anything?
I guess she can attempt to try and grab a few.
Okay.
She doesn't actually have any... I doubt she can actually damage them directly because she's just a bird and doesn't have any... She doesn't have any means of breaking through their demonic DR.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
Shaga's got a... Okay.
Ooh.
So that's a number.
It is.
It does... Shaga is able to grab one of them and abscond from the battlefield. Not like run away, but like dive, grab, fly up, drop. And
Yeah.
it probably doesn't end well. There's a meh followed by the sound of the wet kind of noise. And Tempe. Tempe's up. The army is still a little...
Yep.
They're not as good as they could be. You definitely, looking around, can see some people that are bleeding, some people who are not doing the best.
I will go ahead and heal again then.
Okay.
Yes.
20 back if it matters for anybody else.
It matters for me.
Yeah, it matters to the guy who took a rock to the dome. Okay. The Knights Husseini will...
Should roll well so that this can be really a narratively great moment.
Gee, thanks. Actually, I think that is enough. Yeah. They don't do as much as they could. They do some, though. They push through. There's obviously a barrier that they can start, like, they form the wedge and start charging up it, and they do make a little bit of headway. The shears respond with braced pikes. Sha-sha-sha!
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed. We all know what happens when we lead horses onto pikes, right? There is a bit of a trade here in the Knights of Canabras. They don't do as well as they could.
Well,
But we're not.
Well, they should follow Grazak's example.
They should all use their breath
Not rely
weapons.
on horses. Do not rely... I told you before. Do not rely on horses. They are the worst.
They are the worst. And Hagen.
So our army is paladins. Do they get their own smite, or would Grazak have to help them do like the smite?
They have their own smite. They only have one a day. They have not deigned to use it yet because no one has told them to, and they aren't like in danger. Well, okay, they're in danger. They're at yellow alert. They're not like, oh my god, we're gonna die. Everyone do this.
Okay. So would it take like one of those like a social check to command them to use that, or can we issue the command? Just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just issue the command.
So I think I'm going to then provide my favorite enemy bonus and command them to use their smite and try and Nova them.
When in doubt, Nova out. You got it, Grizak.
Exactly.
I think I'll try and do another attack.
Okay, make it so. Okay, so that's a number. Grizak could smite as well.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and add that. That would be only a +3, though.
Okay. Let me see what it adds in mass combat rules. Because I believe it's much more. Yeah, it is much more. Okay, so you have an 11, then you add 4, which is not quite enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you can surge.
Does that waste the smite, or is he able to smite again because hero?
The smite has its target still.
Okay.
But then I guess the question is, does the number stand, or would you like to surge?
I'll hold off on the surge.
Okay. And Burb?
I'll have her do attack as well,
Alrighty.
though. Actually, I'll just make it a CMB check.
Okay.
It's actually much higher for her. But
In either case, it's just roll a d20.
okay. Not quite there though.
Not so much. And Tempe. Which I think translates to and channel energy.
Props.
Yep, so we're back to being damaged again.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I should just start doing that.
Good news though, I'm back at full now.
Yay! Okay, so the knights are a little better now with their smites. Knights with their smites, you see. Yepper. So this time the cavalry is able to push through to the tune of 18, quite a bit, actually. The smite almost does it.
Can we add our surge, like use mythic power to add the surge to that roll, or is it?
Yes, you can surge for the army.
Ooh.
Then, let's see. How much is our surge at the moment?
D6.
Boo.
Anybody else?
You know what? I'll do it.
Okay. Tempe.
Get in on this glorious charge.
What are we doing again?
You could surge for the army's attack roll if you wanted to. You could add a d6 to it.
Oh, add a d6? Yeah, sure.
If you want to.
Yeah!
Oof.
Wow.
That's good, right?
Woof.
What
That's
are
good.
the odds?
That was good, right?
Let me go.
Kind of Kieran adding his.
Kieran is doing crafty things. He's a crafty boy. Yeah. Whoa. And
Okay.
stabbing in return is the skiers for a little bit of damage. Not as much as it could have been, but a little bit. So you guys push through. It's very clear that if the shears weren't confident they were just going back to the abyss again, you'd probably rout them. But you, between Haken and Grizak and Tempe and all of the knights surging forward, you kind of just push through. It hurts. It is costly in terms of not necessarily lives, but in wounds. But the shear are not looking good, and it passes to Haken.
I think other bonuses I could add. Oh, does favorite terrain give anything?
It does. It gives them a... Most things give things. That's the words of wisdom from Tommy to you. Most things will give things. Favorite terrain. Reduce an enemy's bonuses from advantageous terrain and battlefield advantage by half.
Oh. So would that apply to the fortifications, or are the fortifications effectively gone at this point?
Fortifications are pretty much gone now.
Okay, well that could have been useful earlier, but too late. Yeah, we got rid of them one way or another.
Indeed.
In that case, I'm not sure I have any other class abilities that would apply here, so I might just continue to add. Unless, would skirmish qualify as sneak attack for this?
I would say, yeah.
Would that be helpful at all here?
That would be...
No.
Not really.
Okay. Favorite enemy it is then, and I'm probably gonna surge again.
Roger that. And
When
it's
the time
Razak's turn.
comes.
I will try to do another attack. Actually, you know what? I'll use my own channeling this time.
Okay. Understood. That brings them up to that number. If Tempe does the same, they go back to full.
Hell yeah.
Is it Tempe's turn?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Right. May as well then. Yeah, if anyone's
Ooh, could I-
damaged, I don't think they are anymore.
Can I make a roll for Shaga too to attack?
Sure. Sorry to have taken that natural 19 out of the RNG for you then. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so then that means that's that, which would... It actually is Shaga that wins the battle, if you'd like to flavor it.
You know what? How would you flavor this one? Shaga wins the day
You want me to flavor it?
for it.
Okay. The combat is going on. You haven't seen a lot of Shaga since the charge. Last you knew, she had upped and grabbed something to, as rocks do, fly up, drop, and that's how dinner gets made every night. As that other 19 was for the knights. The knights push forward, Shaga from behind. A pincer is formed, and the remaining sheer are crushed between you. No survivors. The battle is over.
No survivors from their end, at least.
I'm sorry, I assumed that was an obvious one. Yeah, you're all dead. The battle's over. Haha.
I
Oopsie.
think he means that we find survivors in the city and like the captives to free.
And also
Yeah.
that, as you
Yeah,
go
let's-
looking
Let's
around,
start looking around.
yeah, it's not hard. There are several. You count probably about 200 in total. The majority of them appear to be capable fighters. They seem to have quite a bit of meat on their bones. However, some of them are just stark naked. Some of them have enough to cover their shame. That's about it, though. Kept in pens about the size of like a particularly large dog kennel. So a medium humanoid, I should say, has to like crunch down on their knees and be in like the fetal position to fit, and then there's like 2 or 3 stacked in on top of each other. Y'all make quick work, I assume, of freeing them.
Striking the chains and locks away. Yep.
Do we have, does our quartermaster have sufficient? I'm guessing we don't have enough stuff to equip an entire army on the spot.
Not on hand.
Is there anything in the city that we could use? Or
Might be.
take, we killed an entire army of tieflings earlier, right?
You did.
They probably have equipment. It's going to be secondhand and used at this point, but in a pinch, would that work? Or
Yeah, it would probably take you guys some time to go scavenging, but you certainly could.
and it's maybe not a
Do that.
yeah. I was saying
They could do that on their own, but
but we've just fought like 2 battles. I don't know what time it is in the day, but it might be worth just focusing on getting them equipped and like getting a secure position before it.
That makes sense, yeah.
for them to be able to do that on their own, if we command them to do so, along with our other, specialists and subordinates.
Yeah, they certainly could.
Okay. And in the meantime, Oh, what else do we find here at this area?
That's basically it. Certainly, this is you have fought uphill. It's not the worst tactical position. Looks like originally this place served as a series of warehouses, silos, stables, things of that nature.
Ooh.
But now it's basically just ruined slave pens. A lot of those big kennels you find are in like straw and muck from whence horses were once stabled.
They said that they were using this as basically a food store, which is the people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining we probably find a bit of a mess here, right?
Yeah, the whole
They
city.
basically treating this place like a slaughterhouse.
You can't really swing a dead cat in Dresden without hitting some kind of a mess. Yeah. Here it's probably pretty concentrated.
Okay. So maybe not the best place to camp for morale.
Speak for yourself. Free meals. I'm just kidding.
The humans probably won't give you boo-boo tummy. They'll give you dirty looks, but not boo-boo tummy.
It would probably give me the dirtiest of looks. I'm not going to do that.
Won't be the cleanest.
So this is a little off topic. Did we find anything in the south part of the city when we took it? I don't think we asked about that.
Nothing of note. There are people scavenging it for weapons and things now, but most of the prisoners are too old, too young, too weak. Any of those like gambit to be able to fight.
Oh, okay. So there weren't any fighting men down south, but
Right.
Okay. So we could try and go for the other bridge if we want to.
yeah. Well, our
Our
armies,
army is here.
well, our armies regrouping and equipping our second army.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say we go for it.
Do we have
Yeah.
consensus?
Yeah. Strike while the iron's hot.
Works for me.
Works for me. So y'all are. I'm gonna use. I'll use Hawken to indicate where y'all are. You begin to make your way down the hill, and it's when you get right about here that you hear the sound of something roaring out over the city, and from the citadel heading your direction, there's a little dark shape on the horizon.
Oh,
Roll a perception.
That would
Yeah.
not be the worst idea.
Wait, hold on. Are we walking or flying? Because if Shaga's... But I just remembered, I don't have riding bridle for Shaga.
You'd be fine. We can assume.
Though
Actually,
do
I
have-
think mechanically, barding is this. It's dependent on size category, if I remember correctly. So
Paladins have an instant barding feat, though.
also that.
Or, not spell, I mean.
You'd be fine. We don't have to agonize over whether or not you have the right saddle to ride your
Okay.
battle burb.
In any case, let's roll perception to see what horrible thing is on that horizon.
Okay. So you can't. The distance is a problem. It's probably about, y'all reckon, probably about the size of a horse flying your direction, but mostly right now it's just a spot on the horizon. It's pretty clearly coming at, like, the direction of the hill, though.
As in, it's going for the hill?
Yeah.
do we want to try and lay a trap for it if it's coming straight at us?
I was gonna say we try to intercept it, but
Yeah.
then I remembered that 3 people riding on a rock probably
But
isn't the
the
best
rock-
way to fight another aerial combatant.
But would you be able to ground it with the rock?
Maybe. Let's try and get closer.
Okay. By let's, do you mean Grizak and Shagath? Shaga. I said
Yeah.
Shoggoth, like you're riding an eldritch abomination of a much higher CR into battle. That's not the first time
Yeah.
I made that mistake.
Maybe I should just rename it Rodin.
Or Rodin. Whatever you want to call it, my guy. Okay, so the flyboy takes point and heads in the direction of the badness. You get close enough again, you can make a nature. Is this one? Yeah.
Nature.
Uh-huh. I think. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure this is nature. You could probably make an argument for Arcana.
I do actually have nature, but it's not a very high bonus. But let's see.
One does what one can.
Yeah.
Not
I
really.
have to check for it. Can I see what it looks like?
Yeah. You can't metagame what it looks like, but you can see what it looks like. I'll put it on the board. It's not that big. As you make your way towards it, and it definitely sees you and begins heading your direction, 3 distinct heads. One of a snow leopard, one of a, like, burnished black goat, and the other of a white dragon with black wings. You're not sure what it is, but it glows with that same kind of power that, at the point of your apotheosis, you did.
Oh, snap. Whatever this creature is, that means it's mythic, isn't it? Oh dear. Sorry, I said not to I wouldn't metagame.
Yeah, saying it's mythic is not. You realize it's of the same power level as you. Your scouter starts pinging real hard.
Oh dear.
But it's very clearly coming at you.
Blows up in a poof of smoke.
It's over 2! On a scale of 1 to 10, 9,000 is... Well, that's the joke about power levels anyway, but eh.
Oh, boy.
Y'all are probably about 100 feet in the air.
Oh, man.
And you can definitely tell as you almost can... Like, your paladin archetype doesn't have detect evil, but you can feel the unholiness,
Alice
like
rating up.
like humidity in the air. You're from Florida, you know what humidity feels like. I was gonna be like, you live in Washington, you don't know what that means, but yeah, you feel it like it's hard to move. It is oppressive. Should this get to your army probably has no real way of hurting it, and they would all die.
So lead it back to the other heroes, and we try and take it on together.
I'm gonna try and
Seems like a good
intimidate.
But how will you become Grizak the White if you don't solo it?
I'm not a wanderer. But also, I don't want to become a white. Also, I'm not white. I'm silvery.
Grizak the Ghost? How will you become undead if you don't try to solo this thing? Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna try and... Can I try to intimidate to taunt it to follow me towards my friends?
Looks like that's unnecessary.
Why?
Because it's coming right for you. Basically, you have the choice you have now is if you'd like to attack.
I'm gonna just start flying. I'm gonna command to fly away then.
Okay, dope. This is a significant encounter that will take place in the realm of Theater of the Mind. Adam, if you watch these, please don't kill me for running this one without you. If you guys could roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
All right.
And yet
Why
again,
did I chicken out? I should have just gone for it.
I mean, I don't blame you.
There's Shaggy's initiative.
Again, Shoggoth will always go when you go.
Mine.
Yeah.
Can't take the better of which one it is.
Cannot.
Okay,
Hagen is first.
fair.
I'm assuming it's still in the air.
Yeah. This is probably around the time that Grizak and Shaga get to like 15 feet above the ground with you guys.
Okay,
and
so is it clear where Grizak is leading it to?
Yeah. At this point, it's close enough that... it's close enough y'all could make checks about it if you wanted to.
Oh, sure. What type of check is it?
Nature or Arcana.
Yeah, nature. Definitely nature.
Yep, that's a chimera. It's definitely a much bigger chimera than you've ever seen before, and it looks like it just took a baseball bat to the side of the head. It looks like it just took a baseball to the side of the head. It's obviously radiating with a lot of power, and you've beat it. You've beat the DC by 8. Ubin's not super sure. Ubin's probably just freaking out.
Yeah, that's fair. He's a small bird.
2 questions.
Um. You said it has a white dragon head?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess what damages, or I guess what damage reduction or like energy resistance does it have?
Looks like it would be immune to, of all the things. I gotta go back and read. I know I got it right. Yeah, it's a white dragon, but it's not immune to cold. It's immune to electricity. Gee, thanks, Paizo. That's a weird one. But,
What?
yeah, I know, right? It is immune to... Most chimeras are immune to the breath weapon type of their whatever dragon head they have. This one... It dawns on you that the only rule is there are no rules. It's probably immune to something else. You guess electricity. It'll resist 10 points to the other ones. It has DR 5 over Cold Iron and Epic or Good and Epic.
Mm.
So 5 from basically everything you're going to throw at it.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay. Is that, I guess, would that count as both questions?
That counts as 1.
Oh. So, I mean, I'm assuming it has a breath attack. Would I be able to determine any, like, mythic qualities it has from looking at it? If not, I just want to know how many attacks it has.
Okay. Yeah, you can determine what you can metagame from looking at the initiative board about. It's moving faster than anything you've ever seen move before at all. Mechanically, it will attack. It will have 2 turns in the initiative.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it evil?
That's you can
Well,
assume.
yeah.
That's at this point. It's probably a fair assumption all the time.
Is it an evil outsider?
You had your 2 questions.
Yeah, I know.
Evil was a gimme. Outsider, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it took knowledge nature, so almost certainly not. But... Alrighty then. Oh, but for my turn, I would, if we know kind of where it's going, I would like to, since I can't hit it at the moment, hide and try and get into like a position to ambush and flank it when it comes down.
Sure. Okay. Give me a stealth check. Noted.
Oh wait, that's Ubin.
I mean,
Oops.
Ubin's important too if he's on the battlefield.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Ubin is probably about to quickly flee the battlefield, all things considered, but
He's going to GT the FO. I still think you ought to
38.
make Ubin the bird from Sword and Shield.
oh, Corviknight,
Yeah.
38 and 37.
Off you go. Alrighty. The Chimera dives down. At this point, it gets to about 40 feet off the ground from you guys, and the dragon throws back its head and fires off its breath weapon. If I could get a reflex save from Tempe and Grizak and Shaga.
I'd like to use Divine Barrier to try and help nullify part of that damage.
Okay, works for me.
So that consumes 2 uses of lay on hands, and
It's resistance 10,
cuts
is
the
that right?
damage out in half on a failed save and nullifies the damage completely on a successful save.
Much better than resistance 10. Duly noted. Is that just for you?
This is for any allies within 30 feet.
Okay. Fair enough. That's really good.
Wow, I completely ate snot on that attack, but at least she made her own save.
So I need to check the Chimera really quickly. Because there's so much in this particular Chimera's bestiary entry that I don't know if this is... Yeah, it is. Okay, that's what I thought. Alrighty. So looks like Shaga's going to take none, and Tempe and Grizak will take half. I'm going to... Anybody got a cold resistance or immunity?
No, even though I'm a silver dragon.
Okay, got it. So then I'm just gonna... 6 of these d8s are cold. 2 of them are slashing. And both of you take half of 35.
Electricity instead of cold would be rare.
If only. So half of 35, and it goes to Grizak.
Goes to who?
Grizak. You.
Close is... Wait, how close is this? You say it's 40 feet off the ground. How close are we ruling that it was to me?
40 feet.
Okay. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna command Shaga to go forth and attempt to grapple this creature, and I'm going to try and strike at it with a smite attack.
Okay, the smite definitely pings.
Oh boy, I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but you know, through the Waybringer, I conquer death.
Well, we'll start with this
Why
Chimera.
can't I roll my attempt?
Woof.
No,
12 does not. A natural 1 does not. Both are bad.
does not resolve. I know. But let's see if I can make an attack off of it.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to get to my...
No, please take your time.
Ooh.
Yeah, that confirms.
Alright. Awesome. So this is just the one attack, though. Since I couldn't Vital Strike while going forward. At 63
63
on that attack.
And it breaks his DR. Actually, that's the first time this whole campaign. Yeah, I need to make a fortitude save. That's massive damage. I forgot that rule existed, so that's a...
What was the... Does anyone remember what the actual crit damage was for the Forgekin Blade?
I think it was
It
19...
was a times 2, right?
I think it was times 2. You'll have to bug Jason. Alright, I'll ask him tomorrow. I'll see him tomorrow. Talk to him tomorrow. He exists tomorrow.
I'll say it.
So if he fumbles this, he didn't. He has to fumble for it to fail. But it definitely hits him.
How hard, how bad, and how hard does it hit this thing?
Bad and hard. Both. That's what she said. Let me get my hit points in really quickly.
Hard enough to knock it out of the sky?
Hard enough for it to make a fly check. Yes, you're correct. Or actually... where are my skills at? This mythic character sheet is messy. Do not like. It hasn't... It could. It definitely could fall 10 feet. But it doesn't. And it goes to me on my second count in the initiative. Let me make sure I can... Okay, cool. So I get my full attack. I have Mythic Vital Strike too. But I think I'd rather just full attack you.
Ah, why didn't I use Mythic Strike?
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's gonna... It roars in Draconic something about how you look delicious, and first attack is a These all are going at Grizok. 23.
They strike.
17.
Oh wait, I'm smiting. So 24.
24 is the needed to hit. Okay, got it. So 24,
Yeah.
17, 23, 23. Man.
So
And
close.
one more. 19. So this thing basically just pounces in the air on you, and the bite from the cat head and now I've lost my 1, 2. I know.
Yikes! I really lucked out here.
Bite, gore, claw, da, da, da. So the 24 is the one that hits you. Oh no, the 24 was his fly check. I lied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all of them. A couple of the claws hit, and there's like a veil of silver scales appears right in front of you, and it bounces off the rest of them. It veers in the air awkwardly. And Tempe.
I have to make fly checks when I take injured or ride checks.
No, but Shaga would have to make DC. It's DC 15 or fall 10 feet when you take damage while you're flying.
Yeah, but if we're saying that she has a net +8 natural flight,
Can she fail?
and no, I
Then
have
there
a
you go.
19 flat.
That's all I needed to hear. And
Okay.
Tempe.
Alright, I think Burst of Radiance is still the best spell to use right now. So
Maybe the
I'm
best
going-
spell to use all the time.
Yeah, pretty much in this campaign. And I'm going to cast that at level 3.
Okay.
Just to boost the DC a little bit. And then that is 5d4, 13 points of damage, and then also he needs to make a reflex save.
Make a forward save, you say?
And then reflex.
Just double checking. It does not? Okay, cool. Gonna make a reflex save. Hi, Achilles. That's my arm. Do not.
How much damage did you say I took from that?
None. Not a 1.
Really?
I rolled it. I needed a 24 to hit you, right?
Yeah.
And I rolled
I
it
see you rolled exactly 24 to
on
hit, though.
on my fly check when you hit me.
Oh.
And my attack was 23, 17, 23, 23, 19. 23, 19! Okay.
Yo, 23-19!
Got a 19. It's it surges. 27.
Yeah, that sticks.
But does it
Uh,
stick the reflex save?
27 is the reflex save.
No, geez, fair enough. Okay, good for me.
I thought it was a D6 that we rolled. This thing rolled a D8.
Right.
Oh.
It has more tears than that.
It has
Oh,
more stuff
no.
than you. So it took 13 points of good damage. Does anything else happen to me, Tim?
Yes. It also, instead of just being blinded, it is dazzled for a D4 turns.
Okay, which is a -1 on attack rolls, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So let me roll that.
Hi, buddy.
4 turns. It is dazzled for 4 turns.
All right, and Hawken. I assume Tempe's done.
Yeah.
Is it still in the air?
Yeah, there's basically a big dog fight going on, except
Like a
it's with
kaiju
cats and
battle
birds
going
and
on.
lizards. But
Say, how high in the air?
about 40 feet.
Okay, so there's not like any buildings or anything that get up high enough to get near that.
You feeling lucky, punk? Yeah, no, there's not really.
Okay then. Well, I'm not sure I can actually do anything. I need to invest in a bow at some point.
Or something that allows you to fly.
Or something that allows me to fly. Those are just expensive. So, yeah. I guess, Ubin, how are you doing, buddy?
Scared out of my mind! and begins rattling on the history of Chimera and any sort of terrifying, more powerful than most kinds of monsters.
You should just go back to camp. No.
Okay, goodbye!
I guess I'm just going to hold my turn if this thing to go as soon as this thing hits the ground.
Works for me.
Or gets within striking range of the ground.
Alrighty. The snow leopard head sees the burb fly away and thinks about it for a second. And then it would rather keep full attacking Grizak.
Say, don't you come after Ubin, I will kill you.
We defend our pets to the death. So I've got a -1 on my attack rolls from being dazzled. 24. 20, or rather, excuse me, a 23 which misses, a 24 which hits.
I thought Dazzle was -2.
Is it? Quick!
Dazzle is a -1, I believe.
To the SRD! Away!
Hey, I'm just thinking of like Shaken and Sickened and all the other.
From your fearmonger
Low
that you
level
GM for. Hey, don't forget, I'm shaken, sickened, this.
Yeah.
I'll double check it, because it's relevant now. -1 penalty on attack rolls and sight-based perception.
Okay.
So then we've got a 23 which misses, a 24 which just connects, and Dan the gore. I'm just going to put the minus in on it. Actually, I realize I already had. Excuse me. That was a 24 and they both hit. I should have been adding 14, but it's a 13. Okay. Fortunately, the gore does not have improved critical.
Whew.
The claws both miss, but this time the divine barrier that Apsu puts between you and it shimmers and breaks as the dragon bite gets you on one shoulder, the lion's head gets you on the other shoulder. It's awkward how they have to bend necks to do this.
Ugh.
And the gore into the chest, it will...
How much damage?
I'm getting there. It... Actually, here's a fun fact. Would a 17 hit you if you were flat-footed?
A 17 hit me if I was flat-footed.
Yes.
Wouldn't.
It had a... Okay, cool. So then, as an immediate action, it expends the use of mythic power. As it bites, it immediately begins tearing you apart. If you could, make a fortitude save.
Oh, damn. Whew. I'll try to.
And you'll succeed at it. Good. Well done. Alrighty, here we go. I'm actually kind
So
of...
he was just trying to take, like, when that bite landed, he was just trying to basically...
A much bigger,
Basically,
much scarier
point me.
rend, think like.
Ugh. Okay.
Which will be reflected in this damage. Oh man, after wiping half my party in carrying count, I'm a little spooked, but we're gonna roll it anyway. So we gotta, then it's 2d6 plus that, plus this, plus...
How many of the attacks landed?
The gore in both bites.
Oh.
And, oh yeah, that was all. That was all the ones that hit. Plus 2d8 plus... Alright.
Gore.
Sha 51 damage.
Oof.
Ooh.
Massive damage.
No, that was from 3 attacks and an immediate action.
Okay.
And you're
None
on...
of those individually did enough.
Yeah, no.
That's gonna sting.
I hope.
Yeah, that thing slaps me again, I'm probably toast. But I'm gonna heal up.
Yeah.
23 damage
You
for
kids
21 damage.
You kids and your
So
faith
I'm back
foundling.
to-
Bring it to the ground.
Get by with a little help from your friends.
What would that kind of require? Would that require me, like...
So if
I think how this will work.
if you risk the attack of opportunity, it'll probably just follow you.
If I'm able to grapple it, then I can actually bring it to the ground.
The thing about that is you are both large creatures,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, here we go. I gotta do a lot of late game crunching.
I'd say the size penalty should just cancel each other out.
I
Yeah.
just need to. What is Shaga's strength score?
Jaga's strength score is 22.
22. You are a large creature, so it's doubled. You can carry about 1,000 pounds at a max load.
And because of my size, I also count as a huge creature
Oh,
because
yeah.
of my
I always forget about that.
but that's only a +1 bonus to
Right.
CMB.
Gotcha. Okie dokie. So I just want to see. Okay, yeah, actually, Shaga could grapple this thing, and because of that ability, could stay in the air. So you could grapple it and bring it down next turn, or you could grapple it and then it's technically a free action to stop flying, and it would no longer be able to fly, and you both would hit the ground.
Let's try that.
Already.
Card of the cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 21.
Ah,
21, 21, 21. It's good in blackjack. It's not so good against mythic chimeras. It fails to. Oh wait, is that with the +6 baked in?
Yeah.
So 21 includes the +6 if grappling.
Yeah,
Then it
I threw
misses.
that in.
It does not quite
Well,
get there.
actually, hold on.
Hold on. No,
Wait,
no, it
hold
does
on, no.
not. It
'Cause I
does
rolled-
not.
But why not? You don't
It
know the sheet.
doesn't.
Oh,
Doesn't actually. I
Sorry, I
was
was
going
looking at
to
something
put it.
different.
I was gonna add that +6 in, but I didn't enter it just before I rolled.
In that case, it is exactly enough.
Yes. And then while she takes that free action to try and drop it, I'm going to try and attack it.
Okay.
For Vital Strike, if I use a Champion's Strike, can I essentially Vital Strike twice?
I guess. To be honest with you, I don't know what the ability does.
It's like the surprise attack. I forget what it's actually called. Champion's something.
Champion something. I'll use my something at it.
I'll just attack now.
Okay, sure. 29 hits.
Okay. This is the first attack.
And
That's total of 26 plus 32 damage.
26 plus 32. Nice. Is that from one attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I gotta. Well, basically, I have to fumble. It doesn't fumble. So it doesn't die to massive damage, but it's not happy.
Okay. Wait, so why are we doing it so that... Why are you doing the massive damage thing for that creature, but not...
Because you're doing that much damage in a single hit.
Right.
Well, I'm going to use my mythic attack to try another one.
Okay. That hits.
Oh boy.
Well, would you like to flavor it?
Shaga manages to get its talons into the creature's shoulders. I'm able to pull closer, and in this, I drive the radiance into the creature. Well, hold on. I can't say drive it into the creature's skull because it has 3 skulls.
Accurate.
Just say that we managed to bring it down and it dies as it hits the ground.
Okay. And indeed it does, because it would take enough damage from the fall to die from hard to kill. And it also had recuperation, so it's good that you took it down. We will talk about the aftermath of that next time, though. But it's down. Y'all feel pretty good about it, and we'll talk about how good you feel in a second. And in a second, I
that
mean by
was
next
scary.
time. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. That clap was a little loud, but y'all forgive me. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
see ya.